Go back now to Glen Mills. He, of course, is live in Magna, right there, the epicenter of this morning's 5.7 earthquake. He does have some guests with him to talk more about what happened this morning, the damage there, and where we go from here. Glenn?
Yeah, Emily, for what it's worth, I just heard you mention another aftershock that you just felt in the studio. I did not feel that here at the epicenter while you were talking about that. So we do want to bring in Trish Hull. She is the Mayor Pro Tem of Magna. We're going to talk to her about the situation. Trish, we appreciate your time. Thanks for being here. You were here in Magna. You felt this at 7:09. What was it like when the earthquake started for you?
Just a surprise. You hear the noise, first of all, then the shaking, and you just kind of ride it out for a minute. I have children that live in my house, and so we kind of hurried and grabbed everyone, made sure everyone was safe. And they were a little rattled. It's always kind of a surprise. You're not expecting. I know there are parts of Magna where they had much stronger effects, like this part of town and that part of town. They had beds pull away from walls. We just had a few things fall off of dressers, stuff like that.
I saw a few young boys come by, and they were telling me all the books fell off of their bookshelf.
Right.
So it does seem to be different across the city.
Yes.
Okay, let's focus on Main Street right now.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what's going on, because you declared an emergency declaration.
Yes, we did.
What does that mean, and what was the purpose?
So we declared a state of emergency for Magna so we could access dollars mostly. A lot of the buildings are older, much older buildings, turn of the century, early 1900s, and they've lost a lot of facades. Some of them have had some major structural damage. They're in them right now evaluating that. When they first happened, UPD came down and evacuated everyone, because there are people that live on Main Street. And all of those people were evacuated quickly, but now the engineers are going in and making sure those businesses and buildings are structurally sound.
Hold that thought. I want to bring Sheriff Rosie Rivera in. Stay here, because I want to ask you a few more questions.
Sure.
Sheriff, we see activity here with Unified Fire and some of your officers with UPD. What's happening right now as we speak with your crews?
Right now they're still doing assessments, and we're trying to secure all of the buildings, and we want to make sure that people don't try to get in. One thing that we've had is, owners are concerned of their property inside, and so we have officers here. They're going to be here for a while, actually all night, just to ensure that nobody goes in, because it's still not safe yet for them to go into the structures.
Okay, so as you assess that, you will notify residents at a later time?
Yes, we will put out some information to let the owners know whether or not they can go back in to the buildings, but as of right now, we're not letting people in the buildings. We do have an apartment complex where there are still some residents that have been displaced. We're also working with that as well, trying to find places for them to go.
And there were at the jail, how was that handled? I understand it went on lockdown. Give us a status update on what's happening there and what did happen with that situation.
Well, with the jail, it's just like any other, small community. We have over 2,000 people there, not counting our employees, add another 1,000 people. So you have like a small community dealing with the same things that any community is dealing with, the shaking and trying to react. We just wanted to make sure we didn't have any structural damage. We had very minimal damage at the jail, but we do lock them down in that situation because the manpower that we have to use to check things is reduced. So we're doing very well at the jail right now. We have great staff working there. We did make sure that they're fed and they all feel safe. We're trying to keep everybody calm in that facility. It will be locked down for a little bit more. Probably this evening, but with the COVID-19, we're also dealing with lockdowns. We're not letting people flow around the jail like we typically would. So
we heard the governor earlier say he was pleased with how the response team handled this right off the bat. What did you see from your standpoint with Salt Lake County of the initial response?
Of the initial response, I was very happy to be part of that team. I think our response was fantastic. On the Unified Police Department side, they responded very quickly. They were able to evacuate those who needed to be evacuated in these buildings that had structural damage. And then on the county side, we had our court deputies, we had our jailers, everybody pitching in to make sure that our community is safe. And working with Mayor Wilson has been just great. We have a great relationship, lots of communication going on, and we have two challenges going on right now, you know, with the COVID-19 and the earthquake.
Right. One last question for you. Want to get your take on what we've heard from the mayor. Stay at home if you can. Of course, people are excited, want to know what's going on. We've seen people come here to check out the damage. What do you want the residents of Salt Lake County to know?
I want them to know, stay home if you don't have to come out. Right now, you know, things are fluid. Things are moving constantly. But what we want is our residents to be safe. And the way you are safe is just stay home, especially in Magna. We don't want other communities driving, or citizens driving over here just to see what happened in Magna. You can use the media. Media takes great pictures and you put it on the news for us. Just view it that way. We don't need you here right now. And you know, our Magna residents, we're asking them just to stay home as well. One other thing I would like to say is that in these times, crime goes up because people think they can come and steal things. And I want to ensure the Magna community, we have unified police officers here all night. They are going to be here trying to protect the property as well. And if anybody has any, you know, thoughts of coming to Magna to commit a crime tonight, we will have Unified Police Department deal with them, and I will make sure I have room in my jail for them. So.
Okay. Very important message right there. No doubt about that. We appreciate your time. Thank you so much. I'm sure it's going to be a much longer day for you. So thanks so much for making some time for us today.
Thank you.
All right, let's head back to Trish Hall. She is the Mayor Pro Tem. Trish, any idea on residents? I know you had mentioned there are residents on this street. How long are they going to be out of their homes?
We really don't know that. We won't know until they finish their assessments of the buildings, and the engineers are doing that right now. I'm sure they'll try and get them back in as soon as possible. It just depends on what happens structurally to their building.
Okay. You were telling me that this road here has quite a history, and I was somewhat surprised to learn about that. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, of course, you know, Magna was built in the 1850s, but around the turn of the century it became a mining town for Kennecott. And so a lot of these buildings were built shortly thereafter. We film a lot of movies and TV shows on here. Touched by an Angel filmed here. Andy Mack films here. So we like the look of Main Street, but we have known that it does cause a danger because a lot of these buildings were built before they had the reinforced brick.
Okay.
So that, and the brick they built was not the best.
Right. Okay, one last question for you. What is your message to the residents of Magna right now?
You know, I'm really proud of them. I drove around this morning a lot and talked to a lot of people, and I was just thrilled that everybody I talked to would say things like, I've checked everybody on the street, we're all okay, I've checked with my neighbors. And my husband and I were visiting one family that has some health problems we were a little worried about, and while we were talking to them, another family came up to check on them. So that's kind of what Magna does. It takes care of each other, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate UPD, UFA, everyone has kept us in the loop to know what was going on, especially during that kind of scary time this morning. But you know, just tell everybody to stay calm. We're going to get lots more aftershocks. Kind of prepare your children. Let them know there's going to be a little bit more rock and rolling going on, and it's okay, and just be prepared. Maybe earthquake-proof your house a little bit. That stuff that fell down, don't put it back up. You know, make sure the glass things are put away.
All right, Trish Hall, the Mayor Pro Tem of Magna, we certainly appreciate your time. Thanks so much for being with us today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, local and state leaders meeting Governor Gary Herbert, Salt Lake City Mayor Aaron Mendenhall, and Salt Lake County Mayor Jenny Wilson, all joining with other local officials to give their insight on their response today. ABC4's Rosina Nguyen is covering that angle of the story for us. She's live up